SPRO. Financial enterprise structure. Definition. Controlling. Create operating concern. Okay. Let's create a new one. IN10. Operating concern. Now we have to assign our operating concern to controlling area. Yeah, in accounting-based COPA, configuration is very less when compared to costing-based COPA, because in costing-based COPA we have to define PA transfer structures and other stuff, but here it's not required. Since the accounts are already there, it's directly go to COPA. Assignment, controlling, assign controlling area to operating concern. So once is IN10. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Before that, we have to create the characteristics to the operating concern. Controlling. Maintain characteristics. Okay. So characteristics are nothing but when you are defining your operating concern, right? This is very important. We have to discuss with business. Okay. What are all the reporting dimensions they are expecting from us, right? From system. That reporting dimension could be product, customer, region, division, distribution channel, product group, or there may be, based on the business requirement, business manufacturing sectors, right? So there will be separated product dimensions also, the reporting dimensions. Okay, we need to discuss with them at what level they would like to analyze their profitability. Okay, there are some standard SAP provided fixed characteristics, we say. There are some 18 fixed characteristics are there, like product, customer, company code, plant, profit center, WBS element, etc. Apart from that, if you want to create any other characteristics also, you can create. In ECC, there was a limitation to create the characteristics. Now there is no limitation. You can create more than 100 characteristics, but I don't think we need so many. But yeah, you have an option to create user-defined characteristics. But another thing is in COPA, in S4HANA especially, they have given. I'm telling you, we have faced a challenge here. So if you create characteristics directly in GUI, right, those characteristics are not available in what do you say? Universal allocation, right? We discussed initially during cost center accounting, we discussed universal allocation. In the universal allocation, when you do COPA assessment, those characteristics won't be available while doing the allocations, because we have created those characteristics in GUI. So SAP has introduced one Fury app to create characteristics, user-defined characteristics, and later we have to execute some program, to regenerate and update those characteristics into GUI. But for that, we need developers' help also. Okay. Just I'm telling you. Otherwise, you can create from here also. But if you create here, the problem is it will not be available in Fury apps. Okay, so that we have to use a Fury app to create those characteristics. Okay, and then but that is we cannot simply create by using that app. But there, I mean, development team has to do some kind of changes in the app, and they have to run some programs to generate those characteristics. Okay, but let's create here the characteristics. Operating concern. Okay, if you see here, there are certain characteristics are there. Okay, customer group. Okay, first we will let's go here, maintain operating concern. What is ours? IN10. So here it is asking costing based, margin analysis, or combined. So costing based is nothing but your costing based COPA. There is another concept called combined based COPA, but I think, I mean, this is all. This is also won't be available anymore in universal parallel accounting. Now, this marginal analysis is what do you say? This is the accounting based COPA. Okay, margin analysis. Combined is like both when use, even I didn't work on this concept, combined based COPA, but yeah, we use now marginal account analysis. Okay, create settings of deleted. Okay, save, create. Okay, see here, system is disclosing some of the characteristics here already available. Some. Okay, from this list we can take some of the characteristics. For example, these are all standard, I would say. Customer group, material group, sales office, bill to party, ship to party. So we have assigned. Now let's generate the operating concern. We change again here, change. So we have to assign the characteristics first, then we have to generate the operating concern so that it will generate the backend tables and everything related to operating concern, because the characteristics which we are going to use, system, it will create like CE1, CE2, C3, CE4 tables are there, right? Those tables also will get generated, and also once it is activated, then we have to run one program also to sync the operating concern with the what do you say? See, CE1, CE1 IN10 is created. So when I say CE1 IN10, CE1 is the table name and IN10 is your operating concern. Whenever you create your operating concern with the combination of CE1 and your operating concern name, the table will be generated. Okay. In ECC also same thing. The backend table will be CE1 XXX is nothing but your operating concern. Likewise, CE2, CE3, CE4. There are 4 tables for COPA. It will get generated. Sorry, I forgot to mention here. Here, operating currency, concern currency. You have to mention INR, so USD, and fiscal year variant also. We used K4, I believe. So let's go to environment. Then you have to activate the operating concern. Yeah, it will take a while to generate the. Yeah. See, now the operating concern is generated. Okay. Now we will see the characteristics. Why? I mean, we have assigned some characteristics, right? So, for example, customer, bookers, company code. Yeah, let's create this one, customer. So here, basically, you can create the user-defined characteristics or also transfer from SAP standard table. Okay. So what is the difference between user-defined and SAP standard table? Okay. If you define user-defined characteristics, then for them, we have to, I mean, the data is already available. If it is SAP transfer table, right, the data is available already in the standard tables. But if you select user defined, it will create a new table. Okay. For the table, you have to start with www and with another 3 digits. But also, you have to those characteristics will be saved in a different table, like custom table. It will create backend with start with T. Okay, with own value maintenance and without own value maintenance. I will tell you what is the difference between own value without value. First, we will create some of the characteristics. Like customer, we have selected. I need general material Mara. Let's mark. Next one, create mark only. Let's take plant. No, plant is I think already available. Let's take another table. Create customer. We have taken. Valuation area you can take. Okay, now I have selected a few characteristics. Let's say, I mean, two characteristics from normal, what do you say, standard tables. Now let's try it. We will create one user defined characteristics. Um, let's say region, WWREG. Okay. So user defined. So WWREG with value maintenance or without value maintenance. Okay. So if you maintain the value here, right? I mean, if you create with with own value maintenance, that means you have to maintain some data for the region. For example, region means whether east, west, north, south. Okay, I need to maintain those characteristics values for this characteristics, and again I need to derive it. I need to write a derivation. How you will derive your region, right? For example, how you will derive the region. Um, Again, we have a customer, right? When we are creating customer, we will create for the customer. Let's say, I mean, forget about east, west, north, south. Let's say you have EMEA region, APAC, okay, and Americas and Asia. So we have four regions. Let's assume. So in the customer master, as you all know, we will enter country, right? So based on the country, we will derive the region. So what you will write a definition? Okay, if country is India, then the region is APAC, right? If country is uh, Germany, then it is EMEA, or if it's China, it's Asia. So likewise, we need to maintain a derivation rule in the system so that system will read. Whenever you create a sale order and when we create an invoice, then system will read the customer master data and it will check the country. From that country, it will update in the this region. Okay. So I will tell you how to write derivations also, but yeah, that's what I mean with own value maintenance. For that, since this is user defined characteristics, we need to maintain a value with own value maintenance. Let's do that. Description, you can say region. Okay. This is character. Maximum length, I think 5. Let's give 5. Okay. If you see here, check table, it is, it is creating a table T25 something. Okay. T25 00 or T25 00 something, it will create automatically. Let's see what table it will create. So it's asking new check table should be created for certain characteristics. Okay, you want to select it automatically or you want to create manually. So if you select automatically, system will take the first table which is available, or else if you select manual, you have to give the number. These are the numbers. I mean T25 00, T25 01, 02, 03, 03, something like that. So if you select, you can select the table which you like, or else system automatically pick the first one or available one. Okay, so I've created one. Let me create one more. Okay, so if you when you are trying to create a table, if you select this node, right? I mean, we no need to mention any character. I mean, values to those tables, because when you're selecting a SAP standard table, those data, I mean, that characteristics data is already available in that standard table. But still, we can write a derivation. How you wanna arrive that? that is we can derive the derivation, but we no need to maintain any values. Okay, this is also without own value maintenance. Oh, sorry, region we have defined, and one more, any characteristics like product group, ERG, product group. Okay, just activate. I am now creating automatic. Okay, it's taken the first one. See, T2500. Now what we have to do again, we need to go to operating concern. See, the characteristics what we have created, right? Those are available here. So these are standard ones. I mean, now we have created our own two characteristics. Okay, you have to assign to here. Field corner as the meaning fixed field corner. Okay, save. So operating concern generation is, I mean, little bit, we have to do it multiple times because sometimes it will not generate. Okay, now let's activate it. Save and activate. As and when you create, I mean, add any characteristics to the operating concern, then what you have to do, you have to again regenerate the operating concern. Otherwise, it will not, save your characteristics. As and when, I mean, if you create a new characteristic, you have to do it again. As you said earlier, in accounting based COPA, we cannot, I mean, we will not create any, we will not use rather any value fields. Only we use GL accounts. I mean, what GL accounts we use in finance, right? So same GL accounts are also available. Whenever you post anything, that will be posted with reference to that GL accounts. Okay. For example, revenue, if you post same revenue cost element we use in both FI and COPA. So no need to use separate any additional parameter in COPA. If you are going to use costing based COPA, then you have to create value fields. Okay, like now WW1, I mean, reason we have created, right? Likewise, we need to create like VV revenue, uh, you know, discounts, etc. All things we need to create as a value fields, and again we need to map them to certain parameters. How to, I mean, the value field again we need to map to conditions, right? I mean, FISD configuration we will maintain accounts to conditions, right? So same like for those conditions we need to map value fields in costing based COPA, but accounting based COPA that is not required because already in FISD integration condition, for the condition keys we will maintain the GL accounts. Okay, so no need to do any further integrations. Just in OKB9 you need to assign some of the automatic account assignment, especially the variances or any for that matter any expenditure. If you want to directly any price difference or exchange rate difference or inventory valuation difference, if you want to directly post this to COPA in OKB9, we need to default that account. Otherwise, I mean, from the different integrations, it will derive. Especially, I mean, the accounts which we use in CO, right? Like production order variance. Yesterday, we have assigned a cost center, but that account basically we can directly transfer to COPA. No need to, you know, post to cost center and again from there to cost center to COPA. If you use the costing based COPA, there also it's possible, but again, you have to create a PA transfer structure and then you have to move it to COPA. But here it's just simply assign in OKB9, that's it. It will directly go. It's very simple configuration in accounting based COPA. But only two additional configurations we have to do. That is like COGS split. I will show now how to create it. And also variance split. These are the major configurations we have to do in COPA. Apart from that, nothing is required. Just, you know, create an operating concern, assign the required characteristics to operating concern. Then, as I said, I mean, if you are going to create some user-defined characteristics, for those characteristics, you need to write a derivation rules. Okay, so there are different kind of derivation rules are there. Okay, first one is derivation rule. Okay, second one is table lookup. Third one is deletion, and you can also create enhancement. I mean, if you're not able to derive a particular characteristics with available derivation rules, you can also go for a custom enhancement to derive some of the characteristics. Okay, I mean, if this operating concern is generated, then I will go to derivation rule. How to create a derivation rule, I will tell you. So the difference between most of the cases, we use either table lookup or derivation rule. Okay, so if it is derivation rule, I told you, right? I mean, table lookup generally, the difference between derivation rule and table lookup, right? So if the data is within CO, right, that means we have maintained user defined characteristics. Okay, then you need to derive that. For in that cases, you simply write a derivation rule. Okay, because you have already the data available in the custom table. You write like what is, I mean, if the characteristics is so and pass that value to so and so characteristic. Okay, table lookup, we will read the data from external tables. When I say external table, like Mara, Mark, KNVV, those fields. So we will read the data from those fields and we will update. I mean, those tables will read the data from those tables and we will update to COPA. We will see how it will be created. Then first, I mean, this operating concern is generated. Again, what is the problem with this? Not active. This should be always green, otherwise we cannot use the operating concern. Okay, till that becomes green, we have to make sure that it should be green. New COPA characteristics, Sudoku. Please start report for Sudoku in background. See, I told you, right? I mean, we need to generate one program. So whenever you create a new characteristic, you have to run this program. Let's see that 8. Execute. Cancel 10. Okay. So it is asking us to execute in the background. No, let's not do it. We will wait for this to update. So one more thing is like when you are executing this program, you have to inform all the project, users and the project management. Like we are operating, we are executing operating concern generation program. Uh, it will, while this program is running all over the system, you will get dumps. I mean, if you execute any kind of transaction, it will give you the dump. So let's, in advance, as a proactively, you have to inform to the project management that we are executing this program. So please expect some dumps. Otherwise, everyone will send emails and everything like dump is coming, and yeah. So that's the one of the just, an advice. Inform everyone before you generating an operating concern. Or I would suggest, if it is already live environment, uh, during, after office hours, right? We have to execute this program. Otherwise, you will get a lot of dumps and users will create a lot of tickets. In while test environment also, you have to inform like if something SIT is going on, some UAT is going on, then during that time, if you are going to do it, in that case also still I would suggest to regenerate the operating concern post office hours so that it will not impact anyone's time or activity. Okay, meantime we will try to do something if it is possible. S00. Yeah, I think it will give dump only. Oh, it's creating. Let's see. So we need some GL accounts. For example, what do you say? We have cost component structure, right? So, okay, TZ. So we have these many cost components. Cost components are there. So this cost component we need to transfer to COPA. Okay, this is the new functionality in S4. Uh, S4 accounting based COPA. Earlier it was not there. If you use the accounting based COPA in ECC, the COGS split is not available. Okay, but in S4 you can have the COGS split. Okay, in order to get the COGS split, we need a separate cost elements. Okay, and we need to create them we need cost elements, and we need to assign those cost elements to in a separate configuration. I will tell you. But before that, we will create cost elements for all these accounts. Okay. Let's copy this one. 71. Okay, let's change this to COGS RM. Like what component we are using, it wheels. Still generated. Now copy this 71 to 72. No choice. Okay, we need to create accounts for all the components, and we need to assign all these accounts to COGS. Do you know, what entry it will post while goods receipt to customer in normal ECC? It will just post one account, one accounting document like um, inventory credit and COGS debit. Okay, but we will have only one single line, that COGS. But what happens here? System will post one more entry. In the COGS entry. Okay, it will give detailed breakup. When I say COGS, that is nothing but the value which we derived during the standard cost estimation, right? That value, the single value, will be split into multiple lines, like what are all the components we have included, that what is the raw material cost, what is the engine, everything. So it will give you breakup. That means it will generate two documents. In ECC, accounting based COPA, it used to generate only one accounting document. Even for costing based COPA also, uh, for that, we have a separate configuration. We will move that breakup with value fields and everything. But in accounting based COPA, that feature is not available. But in HANA, in accounting based COPA, that feature is available. So it will generate two documents. One is the original entry, like COGS or debit and inventory credit. Then the second entry is inventory, the COGS debit, right? Then what happens? It will create another document with COGS credit and all these elements, right? What all the components are there. So that will be credited. So at the end, you will have the only one impact financially, because one credit and one debit. So I will show you also in the system one entry how it looks like. So at the end, the net effect is only with one single value. Though it is two documents, one is, the original COGS will be nullified, because in the first case it is debit, and the second entry it is credit. So original COGS account balance will become zero. Then the breakup, what we are getting the breakup at the debit side, right? So those balances we will take into COPA reporting. From a finance perspective, you will have, the balances in these real accounts, right? So at the end, your COGS will match with your original postings. And copy, save. Personal cost is fine. 7. Already created. 78. 78 is what? Material overhead. Okay, we have created all the cost element. Let's see this is generated or not. Oh my goodness, still it is running. Okay, now we need to assign all these accounts to COPA. So SPRO, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, integration, materials management, define accounts for splitting the cost of goods sold. Okay, this is the new feature in S4 HANA asset accounting. Sorry, not asset accounting, account based COPA. Okay, so here we need to define the setup. Okay, now we need to create a cost splitting profile. Okay, just create new entries, splitting profile like IN 10, controlling area IN 10. Okay, save. For this now source account. Okay, now one source account also we need to create. Where is this FS00 screen? Okay, go to FS00. We need to define one COGS account, right? I mean, COGS account not yet defined. I mean, the main one, I mean to say, we have defined so many COGS accounts, but the original COGS accounts also we need to define. Okay, so this COGS account we will maintain in GBB, VAX, VAY, right? So where I mean, during the goods receipt to customer, it will trigger VAX or VAY. We need to maintain this COGS account in VAX and VAY, but these accounts, I mean, the accounts what we have created here, these accounts no need to maintain in OBYC. These accounts we need to maintain in the configuration. So let me create one more account with the main COGS. I will create it with 90. Okay. FC COGS. I mean, you can define different COGS accounts based on your customer requirement. I mean, there will be different products, right? If it is own manufacturing, that they call it as COGS OMP. If it is merchandise, when I say merchandise, is like if sometimes what happens, business will procure the product out from the market, and again they will send it. Those kind of products they call it as merchandise, or they can use different terminology. Here I will call it as just COGS FC COGS. Okay, finished goods. When we use the finished good, this when FC COGS. Okay, this is the original COGS account. For this account, we need to maintain the target accounts. These are the target accounts, I would say. Where is this one? Let me check. Yes, it is finished. Now let's go to operating concern. Okay, now if you see here, the operating concern is generated. Okay. Okay, before that, we need to do one more step in the assignment. Assign controlling area to operating concern. I enter. Okay, now let's go to the configuration. We'll complete this one. So, new entries. Source account we need to assign 90. This is the source account view, legal view. So select this strategy sequence. New entries. Strategy IN10 sequence number 1. In latest version after 1909, this cost component split from actual costing, SAP has given this option. Okay, earlier this was not there before 1909. Then they have introduced this option. If you select this one, what happens? Split event consumption actual cost. Why it's not? Actually, this should be available to enable. Let's see why it's not saving. Profile account. This is, I think, this should be enable mode. I don't know why it's not. Let me go back. Otherwise, we cannot set that. Okay. Yeah, now it is came. See. Okay. So why this? This is not available before 1909. Okay. After that, SAP introduced this step. What happens? In costing based COPA, once the material ledger closing is completed, system will generate the COGS variances, right? It has to adjust to the already sold products. So for that, we need to run one more transaction code to adjust those differences. Okay. But in accounting based COPA, now we no need to run anything. At the time of material ledger closing itself, I will tell you what happens. Okay. So what happens? Let's say, sorry, my Excel is not working even now. I cannot open any word or something to show you. But yeah. So let's say when you run your, let's say our FZ100 product only. Okay. We have completed the month end closing material ledger for that. After completing all the month end closing steps, system identified 100 rupees as a variance. Okay. That could be from purchase price variances of input materials or whatever it may be. So the total 100 variance is 100. It identified. Okay. Now what we have done, we have created one production order, right, already, and we created production order for 5 quantity. Okay. So out of 5 quantity, we have sold 4 quantity. Okay. Then we have only 1 quantity left in our premises. Then out of 100, 20 rupees will goes to your inventory account. That means whatever let's our one product value is something around 3,700 or something, right? We have calculated. So this 20 also, this 20 USD will be adjusted to the 3,700. Then it will become like 3,720, the inventory value. Okay. Remaining 80, what happens? Because you have already sold those products to the customer. Okay. Then those products are not with us. We have already sold to the customer. So that 80 USD still system will update to already. I mean, when you are delivering the customer, you have delivered with 3,700. I mean, 3,700 multiplied by 4, right? Let's say something around 13,000. Okay, let's assume 13,000 plus, right? So that 13,000 plus this 80, it will again readjust already posted COGS. While doing the delivery to the customer, COGS will be updated with 13,000 something. Okay. Then again, this 80 also will get adjusted to already the posted COGS accounts. That means, I mean, we have created the accounts, right? For these accounts, system will reevaluate and it will adjust. In order to do that step in costing based COPA, we used to run one program called KE27. Okay. Where we regenerate the COGS postings, but in costing in accounting based COPA after 1909, we no need to perform that step anymore. Okay, we have to select this one, then system will do that step automatically. Okay, here always better to select. We need to create two strategies basically here. Next, create one more strategy in sequence 2. This make it as 11. Here make it as current standard cost estimation. Okay, so first system will check whether actual cost component split is available or not. If it is not available, then it will go to the second strategy. Then it will, check the split. So this is how you can create. But still, I mean, if you want to create here, this also will work. I mean, without 5, if you select this 3 also, it will work. Okay, there is no change. I mean, SAP is, if you go to the SAP note, it will suggest to use 5 and this option, but we tried, I mean, 3 and this option also, it's working, but SAP is still recommending to use this and with this, but we used 3 and with this, it is working. I mean, there is no issue at all. Okay, so directly you can use 3. I mean, if you want to only use single strategy, because why 3 will work always, but 5 will not work. If you're going to create 5, you have to create one more strategy also, because when you are doing new implementation, at the first month, you will not have your material ledger closing, right? So that times you will not have your actual cost component and everything. So that time it will fail. So in order to mitigate that risk also, you have to create another strategy like costing current standard cost estimation, because by that time we will have already the cost estimations, so it will work. So if you don't want to maintain 2 strategies, simply create one strategy with 3. With this option selected, it will work. I mean, at least in my previous 2 projects, I did with 3. It is working. Yeah. Now we need to assign target accounts. Strategy split. One second. We will use only one strategy here also. Otherwise, 2 times I need to maintain the accounts. See profile, use actual cost. Okay. Still it's fancy. With 3, this is allowing. So now you can assign target accounts. New entries. Now we are building relationship between your cost component structure and 2 target accounts. So you have to select the cost component structure, Z1, cost component, raw material. So 001. Control Y. Okay, now you have to assign the target account, which account you want to select. For raw materials, I use raw material COGS. Not controlling, financial accounting, general ledger, periodic processing, integration, metals management. Okay, let's build Z1, A1. Okay, target account is FS00, expenses, this one. Okay, like second one, Z2, this is 72. So when you are copying everything, it's not allowing. 73. So basically, we are building the relationship between costs, the source account and the cost component structure and the target account. Okay, so we have assigned all the cost components to target accounts. Save it. Select default. Okay. So it is a technical setup. Okay, one of the account we should make it as a default account. Why it's needed? Let's say, you have system identified some kind of cost component split. If it is not available to assign any of these accounts, okay, then it will assign it to default account assignment. Okay, so it's a technical setup because we have assigned all cost components to all accounts. So there is no point that something will come out of the sky, because we have already assigned everything, because we have nine cost components. For all the nine cost components, we have assigned 9 target accounts. Okay, there is nothing like something will come, but it will come in case of there are some, if you are using some kind of custom enhancements in this area SAP has given. So those cases we will get some kind of let's say, we maintain fixed and variable, right? In that case, we got that error, default assignment error, but that is because we used an enhancement. Because of that, we received it. But if you do this like this, you will not get such kind of problems. But this is a technical setup. Even in costing based COPA also, SAP has suggested to use the default, at least one cost element, make it as default. Okay, if system is not able to identify some cost, not able to assign to any of this account, then it will by default assign to this account. Okay, this is a technical, I would say technical thing, but it's 99.99% it will not happen. But yeah, still do it. It is asking. Okay, now we have created. Then we need to assign this to our company code. So this is very important. Otherwise, your split will not work. New entries, IN10, valid from 01/01/2024. Profile IN10. Okay, that's it. So to test this setup, we need a sales cycle, but I don't think, we have a sales setup here. I will try to create the sales setup. If I am not able to do it, then ZaranTech need to help me. Last time ZaranTech, they requested another SD trainer to do the sales setup, and we together created one cycle. Then I demonstrated to the trainees. So this time also I'll plan the same thing. Okay. So I need at least 1 or 2 sales orders to delivery happen. Okay. So that we can test the original posting. Okay. Okay. This is COGS split. Okay. Now likewise we have also variance. This split we can test because this is from the product costing. This also we will do. Okay. Okay. Now the define splitting price differences. So yesterday, if you remember, we have different price differences, right? I showed you input price variance, output price variance, raw material variance, etc. Right? If you want to get those breakup in COPA also, we can get it. But generally, this is new functionality in S4. That's what I'm saying. But if you are going to use COGS split revaluation, then SAP is recommended to not use this split, okay, variance split, because it will duplicate the values in COPA. Then your reporting will go into wrong. So, but still, I'm doing it for as part of the training, and it is the new functionality in S4 also. But if you're not going to use material ledger, then it will work. Material ledger in the sense you have to use material ledger, but actual costing is an optional step, right? In material ledger, there are 2 components. One is material ledger, and second one is actual costing. Okay. Still, material ledger you can use, but if you are going to use actual costing with actual cost component split and this revaluation, actual costing revaluation, then you should not use the price differences. Okay, because it will post duplicate entries in COPA, then your COPA reporting will be wrong. Okay, let's create new entries. Price difference profile, IN01 controlling area, IN10. No, detail price difference account, new entries. So here, line 1, description. So these are the variance types we have. So let's say input price variance. Okay, and here you can assign cost element from and cost element to. Okay. And category, let's input price variance. Now you need to assign. Okay. What we have to assign? We have to assign the target account. That means we need to create a target account also. Go to FS00. Okay, let's copy this one, 60 production price. Yeah, we will copy this ones. Copy 61 input price variance. Okay. Next one, output price variance. Copy. Okay, output price, input price variance, output price variance, and resource usage variance. I'll create one more. $64. Input quantity variance. Input quantity variance and output price variance, input quantity variance, remaining input variance, lot size variance. Copy lot size variance. 65. Lot size variance. Okay. So there. Yeah, mixed price and anyway we are not using all of them. Now what is missing? Remaining input variance is missing. 6. Remaining input variance. Okay, 66. No. So here basically you can assign one group total cost, create one. I think we have created one group, right? KA03 or okay, let's create KA01 one group we need to create. Oops, sorry. KS01, so KSH1 cost element group I mean to say. We are not created, I think, cost. Okay, the manufacturing cost I would say MANF. Or production cost I would say. Okay, we need to assign all the cost element in this group. Sorry, I create. We need a cost element group, right? KAH1 cost element group, PRD, production. Okay, in this we need to assign all the raw material cost elements what we have here. Raw material consumption, we need to assign RM consumption, SFG consumption, consumables. Yeah, these three cost elements we need to assign 20, 21, and 23. Because I mean, what are all the cost elements are available in 20 and 23. So these cost elements we are using for production, right? And also we are using which ones? The 9 series ones. Secondary cost, we are using the machine material overhead. These are also we need to assign these 3 plus these 2. Okay, 943. Hundred, 200 cost element. This is 300. That's 941. 001. 941. 00. Okay, so here, I mean, one cost element group is sufficient. We can use for everything like PRD, make target account. So target accounts, where we have created accounts. Yeah, input price variance. Okay, so we have selected the cost element group, and this is the category we need to select, and this one we need to select. Here also we need one default one. So first one, profile target is not a cost element, category 01. Okay, so it's 01 only, right? Why it's not saying 01? Profile IAJ target account has no cost element, category 01. It is line 1, input price variance group, and this is the category, and this is the account. Now it should work. Hey, what it's saying, cost element is not a cost account. 50061. What is this account? It's category 1 only, right? I don't know why it's not working. I'm reading something, same account we are giving, right? Refresh SPRO, controlling, sorry, financial accounting, general ledger, periodic processing, integration, materials management. Okay, it's not allowed. Now it's allowed. I think, I mean, so this is output price variance. Now again, target 62 output price variance. Category you have to select. I mean, these are the SAP standard, categories. Okay, output price variance. Save. Next, third strategy. Input price variance, output price variance, input resource usage. Enter the same group. Category you select here. Resource usage variance and target account. Resource usage. Now next one, 4. Category we select here. Remaining it variance. Select the same group. Remaining input variance. Remaining input variance 66. Next one. 5. Category here. Remaining input variance. Mixed price we are not using. Output we have already created. Next, lot size variance. Okay, same group. Lot size variance. Okay, next one 6. Input quantity variance. Category you have to select. Here you have to select input quantity variance 64. Here you need to select the group. Okay, so we have created 4 categories. Okay, this is the basically for the variance category we are assigning the target account. So when we do the production order settlement, system will post variances to this account. Okay, now again company code also we need to assign this one. IN10 valid from 01/01/2024 is difference profile IN01. Okay, so what we have done here, we have created a profile where we have assigned all the variance categories to accounts. In costing based COPA, what we used to do for the variance account categories, we used to assign value fields. Instead of value fields, here we are assigning directly accounts we are assigning. Okay, now we can test this functionality. Okay, before that, OKB9, go to OKB9. Okay, yesterday we have created one account IN. Okay, let me do one thing. Yesterday we created settled one order, right? KO88. Which one order? This one we have settled. Okay, what I will do now, I will reverse that order. Reverse. So this 145 variance, right? Yesterday we discussed. That is, it is reversing. See accounting document. Okay, variance and WBS, everything is got reversed. Yesterday we have posted. Now what we will do? We will use the same order only. Okay, B9. IN10. So I will remove the cost center here. Okay, that variance account variance I would like to pass it to now COPA. Okay. Okay, profitability segment. If you see here, profitability segment is there. So I would like to transfer the price difference variances to COPA. Now what we can do for the same production order, let's just run KKAX again one more time in order to works everything perfectly. 2024 test run, remove, execute all versions. Okay, no variance. Now KKS2, this is variance calculation. 6, test run, remove. Okay, variance 145 is calculated, but we have a couple of variance categories also. Change layout, input price variance, input quantity variance, resource usage variance, remaining input variance, output price variance, mix price variance. lot size variance, remaining variance. This we will save as a layout. So I have variance and different categories are there: lot size variance, remaining input usage. But remaining variance, do we have something here in this category? Input, remaining input variance and remaining variance. 1 second, I'll go to the config one more time. If something is missed, we will miss the chance. SPR, financial accounting, general ledger. Okay, we have remaining variance we have added right here in the configuration. We have input, output, resource, remaining input variance, variance. Any other categories are missing? Remaining REMV. So what I did, I mean, all remaining variances into one account I have added. Okay. So this is added with 66. I mean, remaining input variance and remaining also variance I have added to this one. But output quantity variance we have not added, right? Output quantity variance. Do we have something here? Output quantity. Okay. Anyway, nothing is here. Let's leave it. But that also we need to add here. Output quantity. Now let's do the settlement. Okay. Where is the order settlement? KO88. Remove this one. Execute. Account risk and account available for cost accounting 60, 61, 64, 65, 66. Okay, these accounts, I mean, we have already assigned, right? 60 relevant for cost accounting. Okay, so we need to assign these accounts also in OKB9. OKB9. IN10. Copy. 61. This is also copying. 62. Copy. 63. 64. 65. Copy. 66. Okay, I have assigned all the accounts here. Now let's do it. Let me refresh. Refresh. Close this one. Close this one. Refresh. 088. Why we have already assigned COPA. COPA is not active or what? I didn't get KA0. Yeah, it's active only. I think something is missing. 1 second. SPRO. Controlling. Product profitability analysis. Just to master that. Structures. System. Flow of actual values. Yeah, this one we missed. Activate profitability analysis. And then activate. Now you do the settlement. Write it. Okay. So let's see the accounting documents. If you see here, the accounting document, one is first, the main one, FZ, debit and, okay, this is the main account document and the production price variance. Okay, this is the main leg. And also WBS is got cancelled. Okay. And again, here it is debit and here it is credit, right? Product price variance. And also it has given breakup for others: input price variance, quantity variance, lot size variance, and remaining variance. Okay. On the net to net, these two accounts, these two lines becomes zero, right? This 1525 will be account 0, but you can see the balance on the other accounts. Okay. So basically in the reporting, you can use these accounts for the variance. So at the end, the total value will be 145 only. It will give you the breakup. Okay. This is the original variance document. And this is the variance split related information. Okay. This is anyway, WIP is common. There is no change. Here it is posting a separate detailed breakup for that. Okay, this is the new functionality in S4, which is not available in ECC. Okay, you will get the variance split breakup also here.